All right.
Muting you now. Goodbye forever.
Yeah, goodbye.
Peace.
So if we can't hear him, he can't hear us, right? So we're free to insult him?
That is the way it works.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
That is it.
hi.
And then we'll do this. Mark is
Can I change it to Will?
complete. Mark is complete.
No. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go second, man. No problem.
Bum, bum.
All right.
Wow.
Yo.
Yo, how's it
Oh
going?
yeah, I got mute. Crap.
Pretty good, man.
It is good to hear. How was locals?
I
Ready when
think
you are?
It was good, man. We had like 6 people today, so you know, moving on up in the world.
sure. Okay.
Nice, nice. We love to hear it.
How many do you have in deck?
So we're doing just a wee bit of commentary
You know, we have maybe
today.
60 card Tetsutetsu coming in handy.
We have Tetsutetsu versus
Come on, check.
oh, I can't see because I'm not the right color.
Oh,
I
what am
can't see
gonna
hands.
do?
We have Tetsutetsu versus Mike 2.
Do that? Yeah, we'll do that. Do that. We're gonna do that.
Tetsutetsu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen any of these either of these characters played?
I have not, so this will be fun.
This on a 2.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna
Heck
do
yeah.
this on a 3.
I'm reading Tetsutetsu now. It's been a minute since I read him, since like he got spoiled. I mean, previewed. My bad.
Previewed.
There's no way we check a 5 here. Ah, dang it.
I sent you the room name and the password on TTS if you want to join me.
Sounds
Oh
good.
hell yeah! That way I don't have to like be delayed on your
Check,
stream.
check, let's
Yeah.
get 4 attacks there. Oh,
If you want to pull the stream as well, you still get to see hands, but
Okay.
big maybe.
Checks.
Yep.
First in hands.
So
Mill 4.
we have
sounds good.
Mike, who's a quote-unquote mill deck, right?
That's how that works.
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Attempting to play against Tetsutetsu, who has a lot of DR.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna pass.
The biggest thing that I see with this combination is I think that the mill strat is real, or it has to be real, because I don't know how Mike actually does enough damage to
That is fine. So it's at 4 speed right
kill Tetsutetsu.
now? Sounds good. I am going to.
There's no way, right?
Yeah.
Because this is not the mic that pumps damage, correct?
Correct. Or it's no, it is the mic that pumps damage. Yeah, discard top 4. Your attack gets 1 damage for each attack discarded this way. So maybe it does get big. Interesting.
Sure.
Okay, and the other one pumps speed. Okay.
Correct.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess once per turn you get to nuke the attack, or once per game you get to nuke the attack that's gonna kill you. That's something.
Yeah, or like an action, right? Like a if you got a not in this matchup obviously, but like a plus ultras coming in on a big throw after something big. Like there's something cool that can stop it. You know.
Yeah, I'm a pass.
I like the inclusion of action as well. I think it's cool.
I guess I'll pass it to 6 mid 5.
Hit him
Oh,
with
should
my
I be check with spectator?
yeah, spectator's fine.
I'll go on a 3.
Yeah.
And on a 4. And I'll pass to you.
All right, we're here,
Sounds
baby.
good. I'm gonna.
Okay, we smacked it twice. I mean, 25 to 17. As soon as you like even up the life totals, right? Like, Mike's starting 17 health is not that big of a deal. The issue is the difference between the two as we start. Like that's where it gets
I am
rough.
checking horrible today.
Yeah.
4, 5. Any response tech being played?
So Pippa's on. He's the one that's on mic, right?
Yeah, she's playing a fire deck.
God, this hand though is hateful. Good lord.
Yes. The question is do we block it, right? Like we've got double ice storm and then the evil gaze. Do we bother? She's saying yeah. She's saying I am down to go to 0 cards in my hand to break her to you.
Great to me, man.
And blow up a foundation. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Probably the passing,
you
right?
have to do on the first thing, right?
That is
Yeah, I mean,
fair.
for sure, passing the torch.
Yours.
Right.
I'll pass.
It's
The
tough
real
because
question is like, do you think? I mean, there's no way that like Pippa's like
I am
just
going
down to have the once per game happen now, right? Like we are. I mean, I guess if it
mean,
keeps you
like-
alive.
I'm going to.
Yeah, if you just need to get past like turn 2 to set up your defenses, there's probably an argument for it, but
I'll pass as
probably
well.
won't need that this turn. Just
Yeah.
looking at the hand he's playing against.
Block on the 4.
Yeah.
Checks. Respond on block breaker 2. And I'll invoke.
But yeah, that's a turn over right there, boy.
On a 1. Checks a 3.
Yep.
On
Yeah, I think really smart.
2.
Really smart.
Count right.
games, or a really smart build there on the 0, right?
On a 3.
Oh yeah.
And this is probably the
absolutely.
best thing that could have happened for Tetsutetsu, right? This gets Tetsutetsu back in the game, and able to actually like block things, you know?
Yeah.
Pass it there.
Oh, and my bad for calling the person incorrectly. I don't have their voices turned on, so I couldn't even hear.
Oh, it's
So
all
my
good.
bad.
It's all good. Hollow, we have currently the you see Yeslin and Kyle, right? Those are our next game.
Yeah, I want to see how this
We'll
present
know.
Mike kills.
And then
I haven't seen this
Jay
character
Walker,
in
we only
action
have
yet.
one game so far, so this is our first one.
I wonder if it's like true mill strategy, if that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive because I mean we're looking pretty aggressive, right? Like we're looking. I haven't even seen which that card mills exceptionally well inside of Mike. Actually, like doing the math, you mill 4 off of Mike, you mill at minimum 4 off of it, and then they have to block an 8 damage move, so that gets a card out of their hand, and then make an additional check.
And
That's
another-
10 cards off the top
Yeah.
from a So like.
That's kind of nuts, yeah.
That card sucks in everybody else, but in Mike, it is a 5th or a 6th of your deck just gone.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually cool.
On a 2. On a 2. On a 3.
I see this Tetsutetsu's playing that 50 card deck too, or right at 50 cards.
All
Yeah, that's Zodiac. He really loves his consistency.
1, draw 5.
Gonna consistently get milled by this present Mike.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's why I refuse to play 50 card decks. I actually got milled by a Mount Lady tonight playing a 50 card Ochako 3.
You got milled by a Mount Lady. How did this? Did they just like play defense the whole game?
No, they played the flash punch that mills 8 on play. And then every time that it would hit, they would just go beyond and discard pick it up. And then they would just like snap their momentum, right?
This was a TTS game. I thought this was like real life. I was like, wait, how'd they get these cards already?
Yeah, it was TTS. It was TTS. Yeah.
3 damage. Crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of sick.
I
I can see that.
Did help a ton because I was Ochako 3, and so every time that I got blocked, I did trigger my ability, right? Because I wanted to do that. I don't think it would have milled like a regular deck. They probably would have had to play it 2 more times, 3 more times in order to get a regular deck, and that was at 50. Because I probably drew at least a dozen cards both games.
I mean, card draw is so prevalent now. I mean, everyone's gonna help get to that point for the mill decks if they become a thing.
Right.
You're just you're not gonna just not draw cards, you know?
100%.
Or
100%.
I'll pass.
I will.
So they're definitely gonna have to cycle on their next turn. Zodiac's gonna have to cycle on their next turn. If Pippa plays one more attack,
Yeah.
no 4, they're gonna draw up 4. Maybe most of the way there.
Going to pass.
It only takes a couple.
Yeah, and that is like it feels really cool. Like the other half of this is if as Mike you don't make these attacks threatening, then they don't have to block, and blocking is mill 2 more, right? So like it's actually hopefully like mill 6 on every move because of the mill 4 from Mike and then the block and the check, right? Eventually that'll get to the discard pile.
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be a good enough present Mike deck to like be feasible. His once per game response I think is good enough to carry him as a 7/17 to the point where I would play the heck out of this deck, and I don't like playing against mill.
Partial block. I'll take 4. Go down to 20.
Yeah, I'm terrified of there being a really strong mill deck in the format, but as long as you can interact with it, I think it's fine. As long as it's not like old school mill where you just sat there and watched your deck disappear.
Right.
You know, you can actually fight back and kill this kind of deck, so I'm not too worried about it, but it should be cool.
It's that, and they still have to play the same game of universes with you, you know?
Yes,
Like they still have to play the orange cards, which a lot of like if you look at like back at the history of like Anacris, they just didn't. they played 4 attacks. They were fatalities. Lame.
And I'm going to draw.
There was like a really old Valdo deck that was like, I don't think it even played attacks. It just milled the shit out of you with foundations. It was miserable to play against.
Yuck.
Can we get some thank you nicks in the chat?
Actually disgusting.
Yeah.
We hate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do hate that.
Do
This is not that,
Smart and
so
chop
that's
on a
good.
5. I have checked so many 3s today.
Yeah, nothing but
Here's one
3s.
deck being played.
Wowzers.
With another hateful hand over there. Look at this.
Okay.
Good.
Evil gazes, blocking everything.
Okay, first enhance while I'm thinking. If this is blocked, you gotta discard 1.
Sure. I will.
Huh. So like this is the power of 7 hand size defensive characters, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I love this play.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
flip
what do you-
celebrity status. Put
Are you
this on
just
top
blowing
of
up
the
to
deck.
passing the torch? Is that?
That wasn't chop. Sure.
Yeah.
Will.
It's either, I mean, obviously passing is the one that we blow up, but it's more the fact that like we discarded an extra card because we played it.
I am going to flip Destin for mainstream success
Right,
and
right.
attack.
Oh, you're so good.
I mean, Pippa's still got 5 cards in hand. We'll go down to 4 after the 3 after the
I
block.
am going
mean,
to
probably
flip
feels
first
okay with the once per game
impressions.
still there.
This gives
That's a
it-
first enhance.
Yeah.
That is a first enhance. This is why I'm new to set 2. You're right.
You're good.
That's fine. That's fine. Cool.
Um.
All right.
Man, that card's
I
so
am
bad.
going to
I
blow
think
this
first
one
impression
up,
sucks, dude.
build one down.
It says the word first. Too many cards in its text to be good.
First,
I said
first,
block,
first.
Discard one.
Oh.
I'm going to discard one of these for plus.
I feel like you're only playing
4
first
mana.
impressions in decks with a bunch of throws.
And I'll respond for minus a 1.
Yes.
Sure.
And then the decks like on these symbols that play throws are void decks, right? And then they just got a card that is not a first enhance that says enhance flip -3 speed +3 damage.
Throws your low for now.
On the
Yeah.
And so like,
That's
evil gaze all
It's-
blow up passing.
Mm-hmm.
it's whatever.
And
Why not both?
I will let me figure out what to discard first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So locals. Hit me with the locals talk. What'd you bring? What'd you play? 6 people. What was played?
Sure, sounds good.
So
Hard
I
and chop on
purchased
a
a
6.
Toru
I have checked.
and got to play her today. I played her off of air.
Any response?
What all do we have there today? We had 6 people. We had a Life,
If it
possibly
is
there,
blocked,
that, did pretty
you,
well.
Discard
we had
one.
Uraraka, obviously, because everyone loves Uraraka. Air Kamui Woods is actually what won everything. I came in
Okay.
second.
Sounds good. I am going to blow
But
up
yeah, like
one
my
and build
matches,
one down.
I built the deck last night, so I didn't like get deep into refining it or anything. But I just
We're
wanted
gonna
to test her
flip
out, and
Destin, name
she was
attack.
fun, man. Just
It is
flashing
not an
their
attack, it is
their
a
best
foundation.
attack, their most
Yours.
important attack at return felt really good.
What are the pros and
we
cons?
are going to
The pros and cons of flashing.
Of the deck itself. Like what did you like? What did you not like? What was over or underwhelming?
So what was super underwhelming was Meteor Shower, because I've never liked that card and it still underwhelmed me. Once again, I was like, I'm gonna try this again because like I can flash it into a 6 high for 5 on 4 diff, and it still felt terrible. I hated it. The positives were, like I said, just flashing my opponent's best attack and just making their life a living hell on defense.
Yeah.
So on that note, probably gonna swap symbols on that to actually I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna swap it
I
to,
said
but
if it's blocked, you discard one, right?
she was she's really fun, man. I will say that's the biggest pro is that she's really fun.
Lock, unlock, all.
'Cause
Yeah,
like,
I
there's
think,
a lot of characters that are good
blow up,
that just aren't fun to play.
I think she's kind of format warping, honestly. Like I think that character's gonna show up so much at these events. Like if you're not ready for your best move getting flashed, I think you're gonna have like a real problem.
Do one for 6.
Yeah, she Asui hates playing against Toru because you actually make her
And
play with
we will
progressive
do
difficulty.
On a 3.
You're like,
Right.
You always flash their second attack, and then they're
Alright,
just like
and
stuck
flip
playing
this
with
one to
+2
damage,
on
flip
everything
this one to
for the rest of the turn. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So it does look like we had a survived turn by Mike, but we had to spend our once per game in order to do so.
And the mill still has not happened.
This mill still has not happened. We have 4 and 45. See, I don't think the mill plan is allowed to be the plan anymore. I just don't think it's allowed to be it.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, unfortunately, looking at her hand, I don't think the kill can be the plan either.
Okay.
Let's see though.
Cycle.
Yeah, because we get to just like soak this one, pick up a good block, or even just like block this one, half block this one, take 3, make the next one 1 damage. Like what do we do? Actually, there is a line where, huh? Interesting. So like the big thing is when does the once per turn from Tetsutetsu happen, right?
I'll flip for 2 speed, and
Yeah.
I'll respond for 2 damage.
Alright. I'm gonna blow up one for -1 damage. Let me figure out which one I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up
person in your chat is right though. You the cons of flashing are the cops are everywhere, so you have to be careful doing it.
Yeah, I think yes, and I've got Great Brush.
I am going to pass.
Whoa! Do you see what we drew? We drew 2 moves that say if blocked, more
Oh.
damage. That's tight.
Yeah.
That's so
okay.
sick.
Okay. This turn may have changed a little bit.
Really depends on how well we check, right?
I'll go down to 14.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's always the. Okay, that's good. Something is gonna be.
We
very
opted
tough.
not to pick up with Tetsutetsu.
Sounds good.
Interesting.
I've got
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, it's a new character. Maybe just forgot it, or they're just waiting to like the move, so they're getting closer to dying or something. You know.
Right. Because it's certainly not a once per turn, right? It is. If you get hit
Yeah.
3 times, you get to pick 3 cards up. How do you feel about Tetsutetsu versus Kirishima? They're very, very similar, obviously.
I'll pass. It's a 3 high 5.
Bro, Tetsutetsu breaks my
I'll
brain.
take
I'm
the
looking at this
5,
card,
go down
and I'm
to
like,
9, and I'm going to respond, pick
I-
up.
I don't know. How do you win with this guy? I feel like he's like really slow. Am I wrong?
I think he is really slow. Under the Earth symbol, you've got a bunch of throws now.
And
Under
answer your
Void, you
question
get
about-
throws, right? Yeah, because it says your attack gets +4 damage. So he's like
Yeah,
very
that's true.
agnostic when as the
swinging
type
people.
deck he wants to play.
10 damage tape swings.
Right.
Starting base.
Yes. And then like if you have any sort of way to like redraw on that card, like it feels good.
But
Like
as
his
far as,
own-
like, comparing
his
him
own
to
move.
Kirishima, this guy's like way better than eroded Kirishima. Eroded Kirishima
100%.
bad.
How do you feel about OG Kirishima?
Sounds great. I am going to.
How do I feel about him? Like this guy versus OG Kirishima?
Yeah. I think he's very similar actually.
They might be similar, but OG Kirishima was snapped in half, so I don't think this guy's on that level.
Right.
Sure, I'll pass.
I don't know. What do you think, man? What's your analysis on that?
I think that he's got a higher skill level, but I think he's like exactly the same type of level.
Yeah, I mean he's not building, like he's not winning the building game though, and wasn't that the big thing?
Right.
You
Yeah.
can actually throw Tetsutetsu is the thing. You could not do that to Kirishima.
That's fair. It's the build that was really oppressive in Kirishima, like getting to build on both.
Yeah, like getting outclassed on
man.
the build game by
Let's try again,
five-hander
like,
felt
don't
real
check
bad.
Every single 3 check
Right.
I possibly can.
Yeah, so it looks like Mike ended up taking it not because of the mill, but because of the stats and finding a really lucky draw halfway
Yeah.
halfway through.
Turned into
I'm
a
going
great
to
turn.
Draw 5. We're keeping this hand. Yeah, we're keeping this hand.
Oh, I didn't
So did
change
he
character names and nobody told me.
Sounds good.
did Zodiac pick up blocks? I missed the end of that turn.
Picked up 1 block, which actually left one too many cards in hand for us to use Tetsutetsu.
On a
Mm,
3.
Yep. RIP.
On a 4. There we go.
Do you think people are gonna play Hardened Jab forever in this MHA format? Am I gonna be seeing it for the next 8 years?
Probably. I think Jab's
Yeah,
really
that's what I was
good, man.
thinking too.
I think Jab's really good.
Yeah. It's just like there's nothing wrong with the card at all.
This one.
Yeah.
Go on a 5.
I know that like I want to play it in like every deck that I can, just because
Sounds good. I'm gonna review nothing.
like
Gonna draw
it's just
4 cards.
on prime turn it still feels amazing, and then past prime turn it feels fine, you know.
Check
Yep,
5,
for sure.
Stacking plate.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah,
we're
you don't
going
even need to be
start
playing
off by
punches for the
building
card to be
one down
amazing.
with Hardened Jab.
Right.
Yep, here we go. Let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like whoa, we got an extra build. Even checking a 3 doesn't feel bad. Like this card should have been a 5 diff and kept the stats as it is, and like we could like have a conversation about it. It's a 4 diff, 1 high, 3 mid for 5. Like it's threatening. It needs to be blocked. It's very blockable, but it needs to be blocked.
Half on the 4.
Yeah.
Checks, I'll take
People would still be playing this at a 5 diff. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
All right.
Every character flips Foundation
Even
too.
as a
Yeah.
premium
Jab on a 5.
You get to rebuy back
On a
cards.
5 in your response stacking
We've
plate.
got Destin and Self-Sacrifice. We get to choose what we want to pick up.
We're going to pick up this one to build one down.
Mhm.
Yours.
I'll give it -2 speed if it's blocked.
Mhm.
also get-
We also
Recycling
now get
value.
to discard a card from Tetsutetsu, a card that we don't
I
care about.
am
I would
going
commit
to-
passing every day of the week here. Commit passing, draw a card, discard a card, give it an extra
Yeah,
damage.
I am going to
Shoot,
pass.
hit Mike for a bonus 5.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Even for a million.
Block on the 4.
Yeah, obviously we don't have a mid, or else we would have blocked the first one mid.
Eat my 3.
Yeah.
But there's no way we do go for the little block
I
there.
am going to do on a 4, on a 4, on a 5.
Yo, if we
What do
did
you
my
think,
line and we picked up with passing, we would have grabbed the by any means necessary, discarded any means necessary, and drawn a bonus card.
Sure.
That'd have been nuts.
Yeah.
That'd have been nuts.
So good.
This is why you listen to Tam.
You've been busted.
You
can see the future.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello?
We are
Um,
recording a video right now, actually.
Response technically? No, I've got no responses.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. If you want to watch, you can just go to the stream.
Oh, you draw one?
Off of
Yeah, then I'm going to commit aiming for number 1 response. Discard.
discard 1.
How do you feel about aiming for number 1? I have hot takes about this card that I think is not very good.
Still your hands.
Yeah,
You think it's not very good?
I think that the part of this card that's actually okay enough to play is the response remove. I think the response commit is just
I'm
terrible.
going to pass here.
Interesting. I think that the response commit is going to be important. I think the response commit is going to be important because there is so much there's so much draw in this game, man. There's so much. And I think it's like the thing that lets you keep up with like the air symbol, right? Like if your move is not if your move is just like a draw 1, right? Like it takes specialized sound waves and says like, yo, you didn't plus, you went even, right? And I'm down for commit the foundation to make you go even.
I'm going to flip Manly Passionate to build this down.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I guess my thing is like I would totally play every filter effect in the game without getting card advantage, and I'm cool with it. Like I'm already playing signature right swing and latent skill or whatever. Ironically, the card is extremely good against those cards because it turns it into a negative effect.
Sounds good.
100%. And then like your opponent like happens to like if for one turn you need to be All Might 2, I'm in. Right? I'm in.
Yeah.
It's just like lets you go just a little bit deeper into these moves, and this card in conjunction with something along the lines of Alleyway Ambush like might just be the thing that gets you there.
I'm going to take the 4. And I'm
Okay,
going
yeah,
to
fair enough.
respond to
Yeah.
pick this card
It's
up.
interesting. It's interesting.
I for sure think the card's going to see a lot of play, but we will see.
Also, Scarlet Maiden 10, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that.
I want some more like punishing card draw, like anti-card draw things, man. I don't think that's punishing enough. I guess is the crux of my problems with the card.
I see. Okay, I guess I can see that. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want it to like, I don't want like old school anti-card draw stuff, but like,
5, 6.
I don't know, man. Like,
Sounds
make
good.
them discard a random card. That way they actually have to think if they want to draw a card or not.
Ooh, I guess that's fine. I still think like it's I think punishing too hard is like a bit of a like an iffy thing, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, is a once per turn, or I guess is a unique commit effect punishing too hard.
Sounds good.
That's the
am
question.
going to pass.
It's also infinity symbols, which I think carries a lot of weight. Literally every
Yeah,
set
that's
2
true,
card
that's true.
punishes your draws.
And
Every single one.
Yeah.
And
I'll take 5.
not a hot take. I think the void symbol is going to be all but degenerate next set.
Man, we've seen some stupid void cards in set 2, man.
Sounds good. I am going to.
I'm with you, dude. I'm
Draw
in.
4
I
cards.
think the fact that we have 2 void cards that say if this card's not blocked, discard a card, and
Yes.
a character that says enhance commit, discard 1 card, discard 1 of your cards is like crazy.
All right, we're gonna stun you. We're gonna stun
Yeah.
you.
This card is back, baby. Welcome.
Okay.
You're gonna want to kill them before you need to play defense as a set 2 meta.
Yes. Which I think like cards like aiming for number 1 is going to be really helpful versus those void cards because like you have to be able to like, oh, I got my entire hand discarded. I will you drew 1 because of like how the game works. I'll draw 2 and try and like do stuff.
Yeah, that's a fair argument.
We're gonna flip name attack.
You've convinced me that I will probably play this in some decks.
I think it's a
Definitely
one
not
of in
all.
every set 2 deck.
Pass.
I think it's a one of in every single set 2 deck. Even the decks that play 3 checks. Worst thing happens is you do it.
So it's at 6. Sure, I'll pass.
Man,
we
Man,
are going
we'll see. We'll see. I'm not convinced on that yet, but I am convinced the card's better than I was giving you
pass
credit
to
for.
draw a card.
Sure, I'll pass.
We're gonna
All right, so
flip
what
a
we
name
got here?
tag.
Back alley haymaker. This
It
card's
is
a
attack when I
fucking
add to my
beating.
hand.
This card might be the best rare
I'm
in the
gonna
set.
pass and send
Question
6
mark?
mid for
Yeah.
9.
I'll eat my 9
It's
here
certainly
down to 2.
close. I mean, stun 2,
Sounds
EX2,
good. I
draw a
am
card or build a
going
card
to
on 5 diff. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And sometimes Midoriya 1
back
gets a
alley
10
haymaker on a
damage.
6. 5, 6.
Mr. Midoriya 1 over here.
Kind of figured that.
Quote me. I've been telling everybody. I think Midoriya 1 has some legs after set 2. Actually.
Fist on a 6.
Well, why would you play Midoriya? Wait, you said Midoriya 2 or Midoriya 1?
I said Midoriya 1. I played as Midoriya 2,
okay.
and
Wish I could
he,
get it out.
I think he's the sideboard answer for things like Nomu.
You got me. That's out of range.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have a 1 mid block, but it's out of range.
Interesting.
Yep.
I feel like you're the only person on the planet that can play Midoriya 1.
Well,
Got it, man.
I'll take that as the world's biggest compliment.
You've earned it. You got more reps than anyone on the planet with Midoriya 1. Everyone else got disgusted and they cast the deck aside and you just kept going.
He's gonna be sick. He's going to be sick in set 2. But yeah, looks like looks like we had Tetsutetsu smelt him. Smelt him.
Manged him.
And that's kind of what happens whenever Mike doesn't get to bring up his defenses, right? Like 7 hand size,
Yeah.
17 health character that gets to only negate 1 attack per game. If you draw just like, if you draw X plus 2, you get there, right? Because every match is about drawing X plus 1.
To review nothing, just
Yeah.
draw an extra card.
That is not the start you want as a 17 life character right there.
Yeah, that is a little rough.
Three
Where you want to be?
Luckily, we do have some.
on a
We do have some rebuild, right?
look at the top. Top is a 3 check. We're gonna do this on a 6. Oh, it failed.
Gotta
Sounds
see their
good.
hand here.
Guess I'll keep draw my 4.
All right, what is the other effect I'm going for the win here? That's two effects, right?
Go on a.
Go for the
What's
win.
it called? Yeah.
So it has a form that says destroy 1 foundation. If you have less foundations than your rival, build the top 2 from your discard pile. Or from top 2 from your deck,
There we go.
face down. And then it has response after your opponent passes on a enhance, give your attack plus 2 speed. And so like I play a move, your opponent passes, you jam this down for plus 2 speed, you pass, we'll go to blocks. And so it's like a
Yeah.
sneaky plus 2 speed to get it.
Yeah, I always forget the form on the card. I always remember the response.
Checks the 5. Any response attack you play?
Okay, here we go.
No.
Back alley haymakers coming in hot.
I am gonna start off with stun 2.
I'll go.
Starting with the classic stun 2.
1, 2, and I'll respond to blow this up, and you'll blow up.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is
Then
capitalizing on our prime turns instead of throwing out the 1 attack to cycle and trying to do some stuff.
Evil
It's fine.
Gaze,
We're just gonna nuke their stage
2 speed.
and say that they don't get to play the game very well.
I am going to.
Oh man, the thing about back alley haymakers, it says we don't care about evil gaze
Girl's Kiss.
because we just get to build the 0 drop back in.
Uh,
Wowzers.
a beating.
Wowzers. Huh.
What a beating.
That's so
I
sick.
will, pass
I
as
heard they
well,
printed
Jimmy.
back alley haymaker just to counteract evil gaze specifically.
Yeah, it looks like it.
check this. I'll blow up passing off of that, and I'll take my 3.
Interesting we didn't draw the card off of passing. I mean, that's the obvious choice, right?
We're gonna play hard and jab on a 5.
That
Checks
is,
the 5.
yeah.
Any response
I guess
attack
it
being played?
also it doesn't feel good to trade a passing the torch for a
Alright, we are
recovery
going
girl's
to
kiss,
build
huh?
one down. Yours.
Yeah. I mean, but it's better than like not having any foundations, right? Like we'd have had 2 at this turn, 3 if we just
No,
like
yeah.
windmill slam this guy.
Ice
Maybe he doesn't draw the
Gotcha.
card on passing,
I am going
just to keep
to
resources
Dustin's
up and
mainstream
block
name
later in the
attack.
turn.
Is an attack. I'm gonna add
Oh
it to
my
hand.
god. Or not to block, but to block on his next turn, I mean.
Right.
I
Yeah, just rips another
will
back alley haymaker.
Pass as well. 3 mid for 5 coming at you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Checks a 6.
I'll eat my 3.
Sounds good. We're gonna do this
Oh,
on a
yeah.
7.
No
3,
hesitation.
4,
Just
5,
get in
6,
there,
7.
son.
Any response technique, please?
That's my kind of guy right there.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Makes sense. Does it remove it or discard it?
Just discard.
Okay.
Once per game,
That
we're gone.
was
And it's
lethal.
like,
That was a lethal move.
Yeah. Very scary.
Do we keep this low block because we know Chop exists in the deck, or do we review it because... Okay, obviously we keep it.
Do I kill
We have to build. We have to build. I don't know how we do 32. I don't think that was the right move.
Only low block.
Only low block. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And he's playing it, not even keeping it for the low block.
Yeah.
Or they, she, they.
Pass.
It's okay.
I'll mill 4 with Mike.
1, 2, 3, 4. Get 1 damage.
Sure, your hits.
We are going to pass.
Have you put cool student in any decks lately?
No. I think with set 2, it just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Card
I think momentum is getting easier to come by, but there's also a lot more
Good.
momentum
I'm
hate.
going to pass.
Feels kind of bad. It doesn't really do much. I think there's probably a deck at some point that's gonna love this card.
Yeah, one day there's gonna be a character that like a Faye Valentine, right? Like enhanced steal of momentum. If the top card of your deck is like or a specific condition is met, and then they're gonna use the heck out of this card. But it's so much better to use your momentum for like a powerful or an EX or some other thing.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't have a ton of use a momentum, do a thing type abilities. Or yeah, we don't have a ton of those.
Yeah, for sure.
and I'll go
So
on a
present Mike is gonna end this
3,
turn.
4, 5.
No low
Pass to
blocks
you.
and 9
Good.
HP.
We're gonna ready everything up. And we're gonna draw 4 cards.
And 9 is such an easy number for Tetsutetsu to hit. He just hits like a
Yeah.
truck, dude. And Mike's got to figure out what he gets to do.
Yeah, they gotta just perfectly block everything. They're just dead this turn.
If Tam believed more, he would have.
Or maybe not. You see the draw there. It's rough.
We're going to do. You probably can't do 27 in a turn. On a 2.
Probably.
On a 3.
How
Let's
could
see
we
the swing of the century?
ever? How do we ever against Tetsutetsu? I don't think, man. This guy reminds me a lot of Nomu with like a different flavor.
Yeah. I
He's
agree
like
with that.
he's like no half Nomu, half Kirishima, right?
Let's find out.
I think that's a good comparison.
Nitro on a 4.
Uses resources in order to.
Mill some.
Man.
Good.
What's your history of 5-handers? You a 5-hander guy?
You're in hand.
I don't mind 5-handers.
Sure.
I prefer 7-handers, right? Like I think Bakugo 2 is going to be one of the decks that I really dive into. My big thing about 5-handers is I think it's too easy for their prime turns to go bad and then they can't recover. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's too easy in the first 2 turns of the game that like they just lose because their deck doesn't cooperate. And I just don't. I think it's really hard to make that consistent enough for competitive play.
Go down to 22. Think about what I want.
Yeah, I'm only playing 5-handers that are not really 5-handers. That's my one and only goal.
Got those, you got
Mhm,
those, you got
mhm.
those, so that's all your
Like
attacks.
MHACCG. I'm gonna be all about that life.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pick up.
I think that like. I think if Nomu had a way to like destroy my opponent's foundations, like if I think there's going to be like a control build Nomu that is like beautiful, and then I think that character like gets to be significantly more real just because he stops my opponents. He reduces my opponent's hand size by taking away those resources. Whether it's like discarding my opponent's cards or like destroying something, and then I think non-draw 5-handers are cool. But I personally like the only 5-hander I've ever played at a major is a character named Dr. Cossack that got to stack the top card of his deck twice per turn and re-ready a thing twice per turn. And then anytime he checked a foundation, he got +2 damage on his moves.
Sure.
But I was playing
Okay.
attacks that drew 3, so it's not it's not really a 5-hander.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's a Mega Man character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a card called Tengu Dive that said if you've got a 1 check in your discard pile, you just get to draw 3 cards off of it, and if it hits, it goes to your momentum. And so it was a combo move. So you like play a move, and then in Dr. Cossack, you stack the 5 on top of your deck, so you know you're not going to check the 1, and then play the dive draw. It hits, it leaves. You play another stack, you play another dive, draw 3. So
How do I want to do this?
you're just like, hell yeah.
No.
This character's hilarious. I just looked him up on Ultra. That's
No, I
fucking
do.
awesome.
Yeah, he's very, very cool.
So you have made it where.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite decks of all time.
Approximately.
I fought against Kevin Broberg in top 8 of teams
Yeah.
and ended up losing to him playing something similar. I don't remember what he was playing, but it was rough.
How long do you think the list of
I
people
wish
is
I
that
could.
Broberg is beating in top 8 of things?
Miles long.
It's too many things.
Yeah. And we even get to say that name now, right? Because he actually mollywopped what 4 people on his way to top 8s in the first professional. So
Yeah.
it's just
He just keeps doing it, man. It's like President Mike's gonna live to fight another day.
yeah, it looks like it. I mean, the big thing about Back-Alley Maker, right, that makes it quote unquote fair, is it's very mid, right?
Yeah.
It's
so
it's one of the most mid moves ever.
big mid energy.
Yeah. So like we get to do the cool breaker thing. It actually depends on what do we have face down with the jab, right? Because like we can still play the jab here, check like garbage, and then keep swinging.
That's true. That is true.
Are going to go
How do you
ahead
feel about Evil Gaze in this 17 health characters deck? How do you like burning like
Yours.
what is it, like 8% of your life every time you use one?
Sounds good.
It's probably a
Speed back.
it's probably a sideboard card,
Flip celebrity status to build this on top of the deck.
but I'm not 100% positive. Oh no.
I am going to commit passing the torch to draw 1.
Oh no.
Pass.
Yeah.
I am going to pass
Mike is
as
dead.
well.
I'll block on to 4 checks. On block. I'll blow up.
See, this is where it's at, right? We are past our prime turns, or like maybe like prime +1, like turn 4. I
List of sounds.
think that it's just better to hold these 1 mid block breaker blocks past here.
Sounds good.
Right.
We're going to do
Yeah.
this on a 1. Checks the 1.
Yeah.
We're going to do this on a 6.
You're crazy.
Checks
I would
the
have just
5. We're going to commit this
I
for
would've
6. Any response
played the
back
move.
to play.
Just play it. What happens if you check bet? You commit face downs and you don't care?
All right.
Interesting.
We are going
Huh.
to pick
This is not breaker 1 the rest of the turn.
1 down.
Is that an attack?
Double Evil Gaze is very
It
interesting.
was an attack. It was the second hardened jab, and I have another hardened jab.
There it is.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
block 4
What a
this
beating
one, and
with so
you'll
many hardened jabs.
hit me in the
So
face.
the crazy thing is like we could have survived this turn if we just chose not to evil gaze. That's 4 mids, and we had 4 mids in our hand.
You have so much health. I wish I
Hey,
had
if
we don't
privilege
evil gaze
to
at all,
have
yeah.
the-
We don't evil gaze at all.
I have
The
no
the
idea.
big
I
issue
chose
is
the
we had to figure out how to deal with the
way to
EX.
reduce damage
So maybe
to
even
one.
like
I
we
just
play
thought
1
I
evil
had
gaze,
health and didn't
and then
know
we
it.
have breaker 2, breaker 1, another mid block, and maybe we get there. I think double playing the evil gaze was probably not the right move.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's just because of how much we had how late in the game we were.
Yeah. Man,
Can you
that
guys hear us?
I should have held a block.
Hey, we can hear you again.
Perfect. Yeah, good game, guys. I absolutely loved the aggressiveness from both of you. Pippa, congratulations, not coming anywhere close to milling Tetsutetsu out, but you killed the man, which is great.
Yeah, imagine killing people. Couldn't be Mount Lady. Not anymore.
Not anymore. I could not help but notice you're not playing in your Super Neato President Mike deck.
Yeah.
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 Is everyone just gonna say yeah? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Card isn't good.
Card mills
What
a
else do I have to say?
sixth of his deck. It's easy. It's 10
Hey,
cards.
President Mike 2 isn't good.
What? President Mike 2 is fine. He's fine.
I think he can sometimes get there.
He can sometimes get there. I just think he lacks the consistency that some other characters have right now.
Yeah. Kind of gets splatted.
Certainly, if you don't have a good build, I think there's nothing you can do about it. I think he like is gonna lose to cards like Sendering, whatever the thing that puts us all back to 5. Yeah, I don't know what to do against that card.
Yeah.
And that's actually why I'm not sure he can like play. Yeah, because if you like on the 3rd foundation you play, check the 2 and you just can't build, like you only build 2 on your turn 1, it'll be so hard for him to catch up.
True. Or just don't check bad, forehead.
Okay, did you see that game 1? That's not always an option. Sometimes God says no, and you just accept that.
I love it. All right,
Who's up?
we're gonna move it. Yeslen versus K Wright. Thank you guys for hanging out.